Hey there everybody, thanks for taking the time to watch another video on Daily Inspiration. I appreciate it very much that you guys are taking the time even just a little bit to watch this video. And well, in this video I'll be sharing another entry of the Exorcist Msgr Stephen Rossetti's regarding what he encountered and learned through his time as an exorcist in the Exorcist's Diary. According to Msgr Rossetti, when discerning whether someone has a demonic problem or not, he would typically ask what messages they are hearing in their heads, and over the years, he has heard the demonically possessed and oppressed consistently relate 6 basic messages. Satan the ancient serpent whispers or yells these in people's heads without respite. 1. You are a terrible person. 2. There is no hope for you. 3. God doesn't care about you. 4. You're mine. I will never leave. 5. You are going to hell. 6. You should kill yourself. There is a little bit of this mental negativism in all of us, we who are tainted by original sin. But when Satan is doing it directly, the message is loud, consistent, and unrelenting, and Msgr Rossetti personally believed that more than a few people take their own lives after being worn down with years of this mental battle. So with this in mind, what are we to do? Well, according to him, he recommends people to confront this on both the natural and supernatural planes. On the natural level, Satan gets a foothold in people's psyches through their human weaknesses and sins. In this case, the more damaged our psyches, the stronger this negative self-talk in our heads, and Satan will exploit this weakness. And this is exactly why we should engage normal human remedies for such mental negativity. For example, a variety of cognitive behavioral interventions can be a help. There are a plethora of these online, such as counseling by a licensed professional who is supportive of the faith, might bring some healing to the roots, and for more serious cases, medications for obsessive-compulsive thinking may be indicated. Ultimately, the final antidote to Satan's message is the good news of Jesus. This supernatural battle can only be finally resolved on the supernatural plane. Once we know deeply in our hearts that God loves us personally and that we are saved by the blood of the Lamb, then our minds can fully be at peace. There is no other final remedy to Satan's bad news than the good news of Jesus. And as a reminder for all of us, spiritual warfare is very real. There is a furious, fierce, and ferocious battle raging in the realm of the spirit between the forces of God and the forces of evil. Warfare happens every day, all the time. Whether you believe it or not, you are in a battlefield and you are in warfare. Remember that Satan is a master at sensing our fears, our desires for control, cracks in our self-esteem, and our vain desires to be held in esteem by others. And so then, when these flawed emotions surface, Satan exploits and exaggerates them. Demonic obsessions are often recognizable by their unusual strength and debilitating power. What normally would be a typical human fear becomes a wild, out-of-control panic. What normally would be a typical human feeling of low self-esteem becomes a screeching voice in one's head of self-reproach and condemnation. What often separates a demonic obsession from more normal psychological weaknesses is the power and suddenness of the attack. It is akin to a gale-force storm arising suddenly in the brain. If the person is already possessed, these human weaknesses can feed the demons and make it more difficult to exorcise them.
We'll both get a sinner before that ever happens.
You are such a fucking animal, a deranged animal!
You're fucking ain't right on deranged! How could I not be?
I should have had you locked up years ago, you stupid
Do it.
shit!
Do it! I'll put you in the fucking ground with the rest of them.
This is why Msgr Rossetti and his team often complement their spiritual remedies with trips to see a Catholic psychotherapist or sessions with a Catholic practitioner of other healing remedies such as Unbound. As the possessed person finds deep inner healing from such psychological wounds, the demons slowly lose their grip on the person. It is important to remember that all of us have flaws in our psychological wholeness. Such are the sequelae of original sin. As we find greater inner healing, the voice of Satan in our heads decreases, and then we can more easily hear the beautiful voice of God and the holy angels.